Dragon Ball What If? Darth Maul arrived in the DBZ universe. Part 1. The Lost and Found. Maul was traveling through hyperspace on his way to Naboo. He'd just finished his duel with Qui-Gon Jinn on the sands of Tatooine, and now he sat in silent meditation, replaying the fight over and over. Suddenly, his ship's alarms blared. The computerized voice began reading a diagnostics report. Warning, hyperdrive mainboard shorted. Maul silenced the alarm with a hiss. Pull up the system error. Report. We have overshot the Naboo system and slipped into an unknown hyperspace stream. Maul growled, typing on the console. His ship dropped out of hyperspace in front of a massive orange gas giant with a single red spot. Display star maps. No matches found. Scan for known galactic patterns. No recognizable astronomical signatures detected. The conclusion was impossible, yet the ship repeated it. We are in a different galaxy. Maul scowled but began scanning for habitable worlds. A single planet near the system's star registered life. He set a course and instructed the ship to gather local radio transmissions for translation purposes. As he navigated toward the world, a small space pod shot past him. He scanned it. Humanoid life form, unknown species. Maul smirked. Let's ask for directions. Follow it. Earth, timeline intact. The arrival of Raditz proceeds as normal. He confronts Goku, issues his ultimatum, kidnaps Gohan, and the battle unfolds. Goku dies. Piccolo takes Gohan for training. The Z-fighters gather and learn about Vegeta and Nappa. As they head back to Master Roshi's to prepare, Maul's ship descends toward the planet. Maul arrives on Earth. Maul lands just as the Z-fighters depart. Stepping out of his ship, he notices a corpse on the ground. Raditz. He kneels beside the body. A large brute. A tail. Battle armor. A hole straight through his chest. Plasma blast, Maul muttered, examining the wound. Raditz suddenly coughed. Is this hell? Maul said nothing. With a gesture, he lifted Raditz's body with the force and carried him to his ship. The Bacta tank hissed open. The computer began a full medical scan. Species, unknown. It took a blood sample. Midichlorian presence, none. The computer detected something curious. Microscopic scars on the body. Energy manipulation capability observed. Subject can generate internal energy blasts. Maul's eyes narrowed. A warrior who channels energy through his body. He activated Protocol 66 and emergency medical regeneration. The tank estimated 19 hours to full recovery. Maul set the ship to automatically search for a repair dog. Kami's lookout. Meanwhile, the Z-fighters arrive at Kami's lookout. Bulma, Tien, Yamcha, Krillin, and Chiaotzu. They unload their gear and prepare to begin training. Moments later, Maul's ship descends, following the only flying structure he could detect. Maul steps out, translator active. Krillin immediately panics. Demon! Tien and Yamcha drop into fighting stances. Maul scans them calmly. Sidious had taught him when to be political and when to use violence. I mean you no harm, Maul said. I believe this was a ship repair facility. My hyperdrive mainboard is damaged. Bulma's head shoots up at the word hyperdrive. Her curiosity instantly overwhelms her fear. You have a hyperdrive. Let me see it. I'm an engineer. Maul grants her access, and she dives into the unfamiliar technology, fascinated. The sparring begins. While Bulma works, The Z fighters begin their training. Maul watches, intrigued. He locks eyes with Tien. Maul steps forward. "May I join your sparring?" Yamcha whispers, "Tien, he's as strong as you, and I can feel his power. It's malicious." Chaozu steps up first. They square off. Chaozu's punches and kicks are predictable to the Sith warrior. Maul moves to deliver a knockout blow, only to be stopped mid-motion. Chaozu's hand is out. Telekinesis freezing Maul in place. Maul's eyes widen. Another being who can manipulate the Force. But when Maul unleashed a Force repulse, Chaozu was blasted back, far stronger than Maul intended, with no Jedi or Sith drawing from the cosmic energy here. The entire wellspring of the Force felt like it belonged solely to him. Next was Yamcha. His stance was sharp, disciplined. His speed forced Maul to enhance his body with the Force. Yamcha struck with the Wolf Fang fist, fast enough to nearly take Maul's head off. Maul countered with Terraskazi, catching Yamcha's wrist and flipping him to the ground. Yamcha groaned but laughed. "Well done, demon dude." Finally, Tien stepped forward. Their fight was quick and brutally efficient. They were evenly matched until Tien fired a ki blast. Maul ignited his crimson saber, slicing through the energy and dispersing it. The Z fighters stared at the glowing red blade. Krillin pointed nervously. What is that thing?" Maul deactivated it with a snap hiss. "This is a lightsaber. What interests me more is how you create energy with your hands." Tien and Maul locked eyes, studying each other like predators. Yamcha suddenly cut in. "Whoa, that was pretty cool. I'm starving. Let's eat something." Everyone relaxed slightly. They took a moment to introduce themselves. Tien explained he was a former champion and assassin of the Crane School. Chaozu, a prince, his best friend and fellow Crane disciple. Krillin, a monk from Orin Temple. Yamcha, once a desert bandit. They told Maul how they all met through Goku, who had died today. How Raditz, Goku's brother and a space pirate, had arrived and wreaked havoc. They recounted the entire battle. Maul listened carefully. Raditz, a powerful, stubborn warrior bred, a useful asset. Then they mentioned the part that interested Maul the most. 2 more Saiyans were coming in a year, and each was far stronger than Raditz. Despair radiated from them. Maul absorbed every word, emotionless. 4 hours passed as they traded stories. Earth, Kai, Demon Kings, Red Armies. Maul talked about his home of Dathomir, his training under a powerful Force user. He left out the part of them trying to overthrow the established order and rule by fear and power. The Z fighters looked at him with awe. Maul remained calm, measured, and always analyzing. Suddenly, Bulma's scream pierced the air. She sprinted out of Maul's ship, panic-stricken. Raditz is in there, in a tank." The Z fighters instantly fell into fighting stances. Maul lifted a hand. "Be calm, my friends. He passed my ship an hour before landing on this world. I followed his trail in hopes of finding repairs. I found him near death and placed him in healing fluid. I was unaware of his history. Before anyone could react, a massive explosion tore through the back of Maul's ship. Smoke and flame billowed out of the hull. Maul's expression darkened. His ship, his only path home, had a hole blasted straight through it. Then Raditz staggered out, dripping bacta. Furious, but only about 40% healed. Where is Kakarot?" he roared. "It doesn't matter. This planet will suffer for his betrayal." The Z fighters launched at him instantly. Still recovering, Raditz fought savagely, Tien blindsided him first, sending him skidding across the tiles. Krillin tried to take advantage by attacking him on the ground, but Raditz lashed out with his tail. Krillin skidded across the way. Chiaotzu tried to hold Raditz in place with his telekinesis, while Tien and Yamcha hammered him with strikes. But the strain overwhelmed him, and moments later, Chiaotzu collapsed unconscious. Raditz caught Yamcha with a brutal punch. A sickening crack echoed across the lookout as Yamcha flew backward, arm bent wrong. Tien was the last to stand. Raditz fired a point-blank ki blast that hurled Tien past Kami and Mr. Popo, smashing him into one of the floating vehicles. Mr. Popo stepped forward, his dead eye eating at Raditz. A chill ran down the Saiyan back. Kami put his hand on Mr. Popo's shoulder. We should wait. Breathing heavily and unnerved, Raditz turned to Maul. So you weren't a hallucination. I owe you. Leave now before I change my... Maul, cutting Raditz off, glanced at his ruined ship, the gaping hole in its hull. You destroyed my way home, Saiyan. You will stop now. Raditz scoffed. I am Raditz. You're lucky I gave you the opportunity to leave. He raised his hand, charging a ki blast. Before he could fire, his thumb exploded into a fine red mist. Raditz screamed, clutching his hand. Maul stepped closer, hands behind his back. There are millions of nanobombs circulating in your bloodstream, he said calmly. You will submit. Raditz's eyes widened with terror, and he falls to his knees, his head throbbing. I am your new lord now, Saiyan. A cruel smirk crossed Maul's face. He would use Raditz as his enforcer, obedience or death. Darth Sidious would fall.